Hello, Rat members! Welcome, it's time for some Doki Doki Blue Skies Yuri time once again. Welcome and enter right in. Already awakening his inner Yuri werewolf, who just, I feel the incoming wind in my bones. Oh yes. I just prepared the thumbnail for the wonderful Half-Life stream we just did, which looks fantastic. The boat goat. And I had to put some eye drops in because I'm a fucking old person. No, it's just my allergies. My eyes get obscenely dry and then they hurt really bad, so I had to put some in. Yuri or Yuri? Why not both? Both is good. Let's have some Yuri, guys. You guys into that? I think I'd be into that. I may or may not have unironically written a fan fiction about that without being ironic. Not sharing. It's for me. My eyes only. Maybe I'll probably share some in the future when I write ones that aren't like garbage and degenerate. Not to out myself or anything, but yeah. Anyhow, let me go ahead and get the game open. Yuri of Yuri. We need the Rat AO3 name. I gotta make an account. What the hell did it just say? Mangoes, not literature? Is that what it just said? I like saw it for like half a second. We're on this, right? Yes. That refreshing crispness in the air. The vibrant flurry of reds and oranges and yellows gently swirling down from the treetops. It's definitely autumn. And with autumn comes Halloween. Well, not into horror as much as someone like Yuri, I've always enjoyed Halloween. Gives a good excuse to indulge in all things horror. Not to mention, prank friends and enemies. I've never really done the pranking on Halloween. Man, Sarah and I used to go all out on each other when it came to Halloween pranks. Hey, yeah, we've already seen this. I'm just gonna skip this because we have already seen this. The Halloween party was great. It was actually one of the best parts of the entire mod. Like, easily. It's one of my favorite segments from any Doki mod so far, but I have a feeling this doesn't change at all. It's probably exactly the same. So we're just gonna skip. Is Yuri's different? I doubt it. No. Okay. Yeah, I don't really see why they would change this part, so I'm not too disappointed or anything, but it is a shame. I would love to see more of the Halloween party. Oh, well, it was good while it lasted. I still think the Christmas party was my favorite part of all of Doki Blue Skies. I don't think I've ever smiled as much as I did on the Christmas party. Penguin Yay 1. Is that like a... Is that related in any way to, you know, good old Penguin 0? I'm kidding. Good thing I can read fast. You ingesting all this? And here we are, after the Halloween party. So, for those who don't remember or never saw, there's some great poems. Everyone's reacting to each other's costumes. They broke into the school against perhaps Monica and Yuri's better wishes, but then they really enjoyed it. And then they had a weird encounter where the main character thought that he saw a ghost after using a Ouija board and fucking around with it. But then he discovered he was getting pranked by the girls, except not really. Because what the girls pranked didn't include some of the creepy shit. He heard like weird noises. Does this have anything to do with the rest of the mod? No. The ghost does not come up again as far as I know. But it is an interesting thing. I quite liked it. A ghost? Is that a reference to Slay the Princess or Scooby-Doo? I don't know. I just like the part in Slay the Princess where you get to the fucking spectre and the hero's like, ghost! And the cult's like, oh wow, how absolutely terrifying. Speaking of British people, man, it's late in the morning. I'm glad that there's no school today. Feels weird sleeping and this late from doing something besides playing games. I was up until at least 1 in the morning just reading. It isn't incredibly often, but I found myself reading more lately. I need to fucking read more lately. I got my Soul Eater manga right over there, and it needs reading more. Matthew lost his accent. Oh, there's no dialogue yet. I don't feel like reading his inner thoughts. See, in his head, in his brain, an American voice speaks to him because he doesn't have the narrator from Slay the Princess to narrate things for him. But his voice is British, unfortunately. So yeah, it's unfortunate for him. He probably would prefer the other way around. Anyhow, it started when I found that I was getting tired of playing the same games over and over. The monotony of just logging in, playing, winning but losing just felt so unsatisfying. I'm guessing he's playing online competitive games or MMOs, just judging by the logging in. While there were people who I'd play with every once in a while, we'd hardly talked about anything except the games. See, that's where you and I differed, Blue MC. I used to play Mabinogi, which is not a very good game. Not anymore anyway. But I was very social in those games. I made some very long-lasting friends that I still talk to on that game. But I definitely did not just talk about the game. We fucked around all the time and had a lot of fun. Anyways, the session would usually end up with somebody getting irritated and leaving anyway. Wow, sounds like cool friends. With books, on the other hand, I can open and close them even at school and pick up where I left off. You're starting to sound like Yuri. Plus, I don't have to rely on Wi-Fi to read books. Yep. Even up until just recently, when I read for classes, it felt really forced. I still feel that when I have to read something dry and boring like a textbook. But it's different when I get to pick something to read that's genuinely interesting. Yeah, I feel that. I wonder if I would feel the same way about games if I were forced to play them for class. It's an interesting thought. Not if the game was good. Yeah, there were times where we did little game thingies. I think I genuinely enjoyed them and thought they were much more engaging than just reading a fucking textbook. Bird Squad moment. Yeah, the Bird Squad. That's fucking classic. Well, I want to dismiss the idea of disliking games altogether. I feel like I'd get tired of anything real quick if it were forced on me. Yeah, I mean, that kind of makes sense, but I don't know. There was stuff that I had to do that I actually ended up liking and, like, discovering. Like, the way I look at it, sometimes being forced into something that you would never do on your own is how you can actually open up your horizons to find new things. Think about it this way. You're forced to sit in a room awkwardly while waiting for the police to... You're forced in an elevator and you're forced with a bunch of strangers, but you're stuck in there for 2 hours and it sucks. No one would ever want that to happen to them. But maybe you made lifelong friends in that elevator. You exchanged numbers and started talking afterwards. Or maybe you were forced to do an activity in school that you thought you'd hate in gym class. You ended up loving it. You ended up joining that sport. That whole sport becomes where you hang out with all your friends. Or maybe your friend forces you to a party. And again, you do a bunch of things you never thought you would. And then you start doing drugs and your life goes downhill from there. It was totally worth it. It's totally worth it. Anyway, a stomach growl interrupts my morning ruminations. Looks like it's time to grab some breakfast. My morning routine finished, I settled down at my desk. Is it ruminations or ruminations? I actually have no idea. Like, because the word ruminator is pronounced ruminator, is it not? So wouldn't it be a rumination? But why does that sound wrong? That just does not sound right for some reason. I don't know. I should probably do some homework. Ugh! What the? English is one seriously weird language. How do kids learn how to speak it in the West? You know what? I think it's time for a break. English is weird, but let's be real here. Okay, Japanese, comparatively, if you are native to the language, is not nearly as difficult. I understand a lot about other languages because I think it's interesting, but if you were to like be natively Japanese, yeah, it's not nearly as complicated as a language like English. But English speakers always assume that their language is the hardest when in fact it just isn't. It genuinely isn't. Like something like Mandarin or even Russian or definitely fucking French, my god, I think is a lot more difficult. There is so much complicated, and you're like, why does the same word mean this and blah, blah, blah? That's in French as well. It's definitely not just English, but it's because people don't understand. It's not like the people who created the language so long ago in history were just like, let's just make these words complicated for no reason. Like, no, the original English language was straightforward. But then you converse with other countries throughout history who discovered stuff. And they named it. Spain named something after a Spanish word. And French named something after a French word. And the English people use that word instead of the normal Romantic language Latin origins of English. They base it off of French and Spanish. And the same thing with so many other words that originate from other languages. So then all these things where it's like, well, how come this word's pronounced this way here, but then it's pronounced this way here? Well, it's not a native English word, motherfucker. It's from French, usually, or from Spanish, and we're just anglicizing it. So the reason why it's pronounced like that is because it's not intended as an English word. All right, I don't think people realize that. And I study language because I'm a linguistic man. I fucking love language. And I love writing. Now I'm just saying, from what I understand, English is not as hard as other. And I have tried learning other languages plenty of times in my past. And yeah, Spanish is easy as fuck, though. Spanish is super easy. Also, Hoosier said, I started playing lacrosse that way. I don't actually... Am I too much of a fucking dunce? Wait, is that a sport? Hold on. Is that the one with the hammers? No. Wait, I don't actually know what this is. I have no idea what lacrosse is. I'm looking at it. I think I've seen these nets before. Interesting. Yeah, I got no idea. Also, oh wait, you guys can't see it. Fuck. Hold on. I just want to show you guys this fucking image. What the fuck? Whoa. No. I just wanted to pull the fucking image. Hold on. I looked up lacrosse, and this fucking goofy goober appeared online. Who is this guy? Why is he smiling like that? Look at his fucking face. He's like, I love lacrosse, guy. Okay, sorry. Anyways. It's ruminations that, yeah, okay, that makes sense saying it out loud. Ruminator. I think German is harder than French. Never tried German, but I grew up learning it in tandem with English, so I don't know how hard it is to learn. I don't know either. That's what I have. I learned a small amount of German. There was a German member of the Ratrapina Discord back then, believe it or not. And I remember we used to speak through Translate, but I was learning some German words, so I kind of understand her a little bit when she fucked up. And yeah, it seems complicated. I don't know if it's as hard as French or not. Probably about the same, really. He's not even wearing a helmet. His ass is gonna lose teeth. I've never heard of lacrosse before. That's interesting. Anyhow, most of my homework is done anyway. Yeah, cool. Blue MC, moving on. Thank you for moving on. Man, the gray clouds are really looming today. You know, I know some people think this is gloomy because this is what the normal definition of gloomy is, but for some fucking reason, I just adore this type of weather. Like when I go out and it's like either just finished or is about to rain, and everything is white and it looks like Silent Hill outside, that's peak weather to me, man. I don't know. I don't know what it is in me. Eastern European filter. Yeah. I don't know. I weirdly enjoy these types of days. They just stand out. It feels like early Minecraft. You know, like when the sky's white and like it's like slightly foggy and everything looks like it's unshaded almost. You know what I'm talking about? Those days? Yeah. Anyways, hopefully it doesn't rain. Although, where am I going? I don't really have a destination in particular. I guess I'll just walk around for now and see what catches my eye. Damn Yuri's ass! That's not what he said. I end up wandering near a shopping center. Wait a minute, it looks like there's a bookstore here as well. Maybe I can ask Yuri to check it out with me sometime. But in the meantime, a sweet smell catches my attention. It smells like freshly baked pastries. I wouldn't mind grabbing something sweet right about now. And wink, nudge, nudge, you know? Seems like a quaint little bakery's the culprit of the fragrance permeating the air. That was an interesting way to word that sentence. Let me just word that one more time. Let me read that one more time. It seems like a quaint little bakery's the culprit of the fragrance permeating the air. Yeah, motherfucker's so British. And are those Sayori and Natsuki sitting outside? All the more reason to take a look at the bakery. What does that mean? Oh, wait, he didn't mean it filthy. Sorry. My bad. This looks nice. This is a completely new background. I've never seen this in any mod before. Hey guys, fancy meeting you here. Oh, look at their outfits. Huh? Oh, hey, Red Smith. I've never seen that outfit on Natsuki, have I? That's kind of adorable. So how come on the Christmas party she just came like in like nothing? Like she just came in like a naked. Okay, she didn't come naked. You know, she had like the low cut top and the skirt in freezing cold winter weather. Why didn't she wear this? I don't know. Kind of odd, but nice outfit. Natsuki looks so fucking cozy. Yeah, I actually really like this. I'd wear it. I would. Oh, hi, Red Smith. The two of them were seated in a small corner table. Natsuki's holding a couple of cream puffs to herself rather possessively, while Sayori's munching on 3 giant cookies. This seems like a pretty nice place. Yeah, it's one of my favorites, you fucking moron. They have some really great sweets, like the vanilla cake. And the giant chocolate chip cookies are super yummy. Sayori practically unhinges her jaw to take another bite of the cookie. I'm surprised to see you out of the house. What brings you here, you fucking moron? Stalking girls in your free time, you fucking stalker? Nah, the scent of sweets called my name. Plus, I need to take a break from homework. There's only so many equations that I can look at before my head starts spinning. Not to mention, English as a language is a nightmare to learn. I seriously don't get why we have to learn stuff like Algebra 2 and calculus, you fucking moron. Unless if we're doing something really math related for our jobs. I doubt we'll ever get to use the stuff, you fucking moron. You know, I feel like every single high schooler that has ever existed in America has had this conversation. Am I wrong? You fucking pervert. Yeah, can I just say, what a bold accusation from Natsuki, but not entirely out of character, but here, that's not what I wanted to say. I know this is being meta, but Monica said in the actual game that they all speak English. That's what she said. She's like, well, we all speak English. The game was made by an American. The location's kind of unclear. And see, this background says Mocha in English. And also, what the fuck does that say? But regardless, there's like different lores depending on what mods you're in. Blue Skies heavily learns into this is Japan, even though it's never stated in the actual Doki where it takes place, and it is somewhat Japanese inspired. But you know, actual Doki is like the Doki verse, if you will, is like a Japanese European America. It's just a mix, right? But they always spoke English, and that's why Monica says that joke makes no sense in translation, which was the joke. But like, you know, she's like, where do we even live actually? We all fucking speak English. She didn't say fucking. I've never used anything more than multiplication in every job I've had, including the Marines. Yeah, and even nowadays, they have computers that does most of the math for you. Like, I use plenty of math because I used to work at a fucking bank. But they still have, like, calculators for everything. And most of the programs would calculate stuff themselves. You know, aside from, like, basic counting cash and the differences when somebody pays, like, you know, like a $10 bill over for $9.15, you gotta give them the 50 cents back. Besides for addition, subtraction, and yeah, occasionally multiplication, I never really had to do much of anything with math, despite being very good at it. But at making R&R, I had to use a lot of math, so I guess for me it came in a little more handy. Anyways. Well, at least English is pretty useful. I mean, I guess. Why are you complaining about English, Blue MC? Are you trying to doubt your British ancestry? We know that you're British, motherfucker. Hey, why don't you grab something to eat already, you fucking moron? Sounds like a plan. Oh, another new background. And it looks like the sky really cleared up. It's all blue outside now. Oh, I love places like this. Oh my god, this is so 2000s coded. Something about this building just really, really screams 2000s to me. And I kind of love it. I glance up at the menu as I make my way to the counter. Looks like this place has a variety of teas as well, including oolong tea. I should really learn about other types of teas too. Oolong is the only one I know Yuri drinks. Nevertheless, I'm sure Yuri would like this place. On top of teas, they have cakes, donuts, croissants, bagels, pastries, ranging from sweet to sour, and pretty much everything bread related. Oh my god, I want to be here! I fucking love bakeries. I love bagels. I like Monica's bakery. Guess I'll just have to chocolate cake and orange-infused black tea. Orange-infused black tea is an interesting sentence. I don't drink tea, though, so I don't even know what that fucking means. Like, what? They have some chocolate brownies that look really good as well, but with my exercise habits, they're probably way too rich for me. I set my tray down with a clatter when I get back to our table. So, what you get? I went with the chocolate cake and black tea. Not Yuri's oolong tea then. Yeah, to be honest, I think it's still a little too bitter for me. At least all tea is bitter. It's only good after you add tons of sugar in. It's definitely an acquired taste. On another note, this cake looks really good though. The chocolate cake is thick and dense with 3 layers of different kinds of chocolate in between the cake. God damn, that sounds like something that I'd eat and fucking pass out immediately after. Like, I'd not go with sugar. Just looking at this gives me a sugar high. Just hearing about it gives me a sugar high, bro. And I called the brownies rich. Ha! Yeah, I was gonna say, didn't you just talk about, I shouldn't get brownies. What the fuck? You got a triple chocolate cake? On the other hand, the tea is rather bittersweet with the hint of orange cutting through the bitterness of the tea. Not Yuri's oolong tea. I don't know why, I just love voicing Natsuki. Like, that's just how I imagine her for some reason. Like, unironic, this is my headcanon. I love that some of you rap members have. I don't think it was on a stream, but I think I think it was movie night. We were talking about Doki as usual, and fucking like it was like, yeah, my canon voice for Sayori and Natsuki is just your voice now. I just can't unhear it. The Hood Suki's canon, it's head canon, and like the nasally Sayori is head canon for people now. I fucking love that. As I pick up my fork, I notice Sayori eyeing my cake. Yo, you wanna eat some of this, Sayori? All right, let me stop there. To be fair, it is a rather large slice. I take a chunk out of it with my fork, trying to balance all the layers on it. Taking a bite, the sweetness is not as overwhelming as I thought it would be. Instead, it feels like incredibly thick. The dark chocolate enveloping my tongue and the fudge melting in my mouth. The girls look at me as I grin like an idiot. You're making such a funny face, Ratsmith. Yeah, real funny looking. Hey, this is some good cake, Natsuki. Sayori keeps staring at the cake. Hey, Sayori, you want a bite? Of course. She takes her fork and takes a chunk out of the part that I didn't touch. You want some too, Natsuki? Are you sure, you bugging moron? Come on, you want me to get fat trying to eat all of it myself? Pfft. You're already out of shape as it is. No need to have you packing on the extra pounds. What? Is RMC big? I always pictured him skinny. She takes the chunk of the cake and eats it. If you eat some more, maybe you'll be as big and strong as me someday. She's stuck between wanting to insult me and taking her time to chew so she doesn't choke. This feels pretty satisfying to watch. He's into the struggle. He's into seeing Brat struggle. I can relate. I relate, MC. My wife does most of the voicing when we play DDLC. We do it over Discord calls. And her Natsuki has been the same for the last 7 years. Very anime-esque. I am curious. I am curious what that would sound like. Probably better than fucking Hoodsuki. Sayori, on the other hand, has been awfully quiet. Sayori! It looks like Sayori took another chunk of my cake while I was focusing on Natsuki. Her mouth is filled with cake. You're so cheeky sometimes. You're trying to prep for the winter now. I don't appreciate you calling me fat. Sayori, chew your food with your mouth closed like a normal person, you fucking moron! A moment passes and Sayori finishes the mouthful of cake. They don't like it when you call me fat. Sayori, you literally have 3 giant cookies in front of you, and I let you have a chunk of my cake already. Scratch that. 2. She really knows how to put food away. Look at her fucking face. That's a really funny face. At this rate, you might as well sign up for the sumo club. Okay, you're being a little extra, Ratsmith. They have a sumo club? Yo, I saw porn of this. Chat, didn't I like post a sumo art of Monica and Sayori and... Sorry. I wouldn't be surprised if they did. And if they don't, you could be its captain. But then I'd have to leave the literature club. Yeah, I think I'll pass. Besides, who'd want a bunch of dudes in skimpy belts push each other around inside a ring? Sounds super gross and sweaty. It's a respectable sport. I'm pretty sure you have a fair amount of muscle to do it as well. Or at least from what I've seen on TV, it seems like a lot more fat people having a shoving contest. Plus, you need to have a good balance if you don't want to fall down and lose. Maybe you should write a sumo-inspired poem if you like it so much. 2 men in a ring. A battle of wheels and pride. Guts overrides fear. This is like becoming Australian for some reason. I give a mock bow. That's better than what I expected from you, moron. Far from being as good as one of my poems now. Did you make up that haiku on the spot? Nope, I heard it on a show. Yep, totally. Definitely a Ratsmith original. The way Natsuki shoots me a glare doesn't reassure me that they're convinced. Anyway, that cake was pretty good. Or the parts that I had were good. Hee hee. Hey, I should get going soon, you fucking moron. Got exams to study for. You can say that, you fucking moron. She looks off to the side, obviously not thrilled with going home to study. Looks like I should get going too. Sayori, you want to walk back home with me? Sure, that sounds fun. I quickly wolf down the rest of my food as the others begin unpacking. And then I wolf out, oh, baby, I'm coming for you. Okay, sorry. Hoover just says, far from being as good as one of my poems now. Since I'm here, I might as well grab... Just a fucking animal. Since I'm here, I might as well grab something to take home too. Hold up 1 sec, I'm gonna grab something to take home. Okay. I guess I'll see you later then, fucking morons. See you in the club, Natsuki. I didn't specify which club, by the way. Haha. Okay, I need a fucking drink. I'm getting lightheaded. Doki streams never cease to both simultaneously energize and exhaust me, fill me with laughter, and make me do ridiculous bits and voices. It's just, the Doki brings it out of me. I never, in my younger years, would have thought I'd become a Doki guy. Growing up, as a child, I was mostly into art and stuff, but I played my N64 a lot. Then, I bought an Xbox after I mowed a bunch of lawns when I was like 10 or so. And I played that throughout like early high school until my fucking Xbox broke in a flood that flooded our basement where my Xbox was. And then I never got another one because I fucking hated Xbox even when I was playing it. And then I got a PC. A little laptop. It was cheap as fuck. It was like $100 essentially Chromebook. It was garbage, but I was still using it to play old ass games in like tiny windows on the smallest graphic settings. But then I bought a Wii U. So I've kind of been mixed, like between Microsoft, Nintendo, and PC. I also grew up with a PS2. I have had every different type of console, at least one of them. I'm always a little more leaning into Nintendo's games. They're just a little more creative, and I feel like worth playing compared to some of the other ones. But Not as much nowadays, but I do still like Nintendo. Not as a company, as a game creator anyway. But Doki, visual novels, never. When I was a kid, I never, even when I first played Doki, and the second time I played it, when we actually finished it, I still wasn't super into it. I just liked Monica a lot and played Monica After Story a little bit in my own time, not on stream. But I still played a bunch of Nintendo and first-person shooters and horror games and story games. I didn't really, like, lean into Doki. It wasn't until we came back a couple of years ago where I randomly decided to play it again that I've just been obsessed. I am so glad for that voice call I had with Alice and Tamman, who told me they never saw a complete playthrough of Doki. And I was like, bro, let me fucking stream for you guys. This is a great game. So I streamed it, of course, not that long ago. And then it just happened. Because as soon as I played it, I replayed Summertime for shits and giggles. And then I just started playing a bunch of mods. That's how I met all you guys with Blue Skies and shit. And now like Doki's just my thing. I just fucking adore Doki now. Your religion. Yeah. Well, Monica's my religion. Doki's my passion. Aside from the OG NES, I've never liked Nintendo. That's surprising. No N64 games? I feel like, well, I guess if you didn't grow up with it, it might be harder to get into, but I think most of the best games ever made are on the N64. And a lot of people would agree. It is definitely not just an unk person saying that, trust me. Like, between Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask, GoldenEye, Mario 64, Mario Kart 64, the first 3 Mario Party game, Perfect Dark, Conker's Bad Fur Day, like, it is just filled with fucking gems. The N64 has some of my favorite games ever made on it, collectively on that system. Plus the first Smash Bros, not to mention. But, okay, yeah, console-wise, I think I've actually played all of them. I didn't own all of them, but I have played every console. I still own an NES and an N64, and my old Wii U / Wii, same thing. And a Switch that I bought in 2017. Which is actually the last time I bought a game console, funnily enough. I haven't bought a game console since the Switch. But, I'm obviously more of a PC guy. But growing up, I also had a DS, a Game Boy SP. Oh, that was it for portable consoles. But I also had a PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, Xbox 360. I think that's it. I don't think I've ever had any of the consoles besides what I just named. But yeah, if I were to rank my favorite consoles based on the games that are out on them, like, no ports. Ports not allowed. What games were released on that console? If I had to pick a console for its games, like, for example, Resident Evil 4 was a GameCube game, so all the ports wouldn't count. So, like, if I had to pick a console just for the games that came out on it, like, best ever, let me see what I'd pick here. Hold on. Let's get a visual. Let's get a visual, right? All right. So check this out. Okay, what the fuck is this taking me to? Hold on. I just wanted the picture. I didn't care about whatever the hell that was. All right, I'm a gaming nerd. I know about every single console that's, like, ever been released ever, because I, like, used to study fucking old consoles. I know every console, bro. When it comes to gaming knowledge, I got it. Okay, so, fuck all these early ones. Atari's cool enough, but it's not my thing, really. Okay. NES is pretty decent. There's some pretty good NES games. Super Nintendo I like better, though. Like Donkey Kong Country, Kirby Superstar Donkey Kong Country, A Link to the Past, Super Mario World, Sunset Riders. There's a shit ton of really great single and multiplayer games in here. Chrono Trigger, Final Fantasy 3. N64 is probably #1 pick. Most of my favorite games are on there. PS1 had some good ones. Metal Gear Solid, Resident Evil 1 and 2. There's a SpongeBob game I used to play as a kid. There's like the fucking wave riding game or whatever. There's some good PS1 games. There's some good ones. There's Tomb Raider. I actually had Tomb Raider as a kid. GameCube has like Luigi's Mansion, Smash Bros. Melee, Nightfire 007, Resident Evil 4. So GameCube is also filled with plenty of great games. Now, I wouldn't pick them over N64 though. PS2 is a fair pick for one of the best consoles ever made. And also, I think it has the largest gaming library of any console ever made in all of history, if you're not aware. Like, I think it has like 6,000 or 7,000 published games for it, which is ridiculous when you look at other games' numbers. Xbox was mid. Aside from like Halo Combat Evolved, there's like no fucking reason to get it. We had some good games, but definitely not my favorite. But there was some good ones like Wii Sports and whatever. No, fuck 360. Wii U had some good games, but definitely not the best. Not even close. When it comes to originals, PS4 and Xbox One had barely anything. Switch has plenty going for it. Like, plenty of my favorite games ever are on the Switch. Smash Bros. Ultimate, Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom, to name a few. Mario Odyssey. Plenty of great... I still play... Every time my friends come over, we always whip out the Switch. Switch is fucking fantastic. PS5 is decent, but, like, nothing I can't just fucking get on my PC. There's no point in spending $600 to play a glorified PC with a controller. So, yeah. An Xbox Series X is fucking pointless. It is literally just a PC in a box with an Xbox controller. Which, by the way, let me remind you, you can put an Xbox controller pre-configured on your PC made by Microsoft for free. There is no point in buying an Xbox. That is the most pointless console of all time. All right? Just want to point that out. Anyways. Who just says, I played GoldenEye on Xbox. Yeah, they did re-release it on Xbox, so that's N64. You played the Wii? I prefer Pong. Growing up, I played a lot of Wii. We had a family of Wii. There's a lot of great games for it that people don't know about, though. Xbox One has GTA 5 and Red Dead Redemption 2. Well, GTA 5 came out for Xbox 360, actually. But it was before 1. I had it on the 360 back then. But Xbox One has almost nothing. Well, I mean, sure, Red Dead Redemption 2, sure. But I'd rather just play it on PC. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like there's not too much of a point in buying Xbox anymore. I mean, back then there was exclusives, and PCs weren't very good at gaming, so the 360 kind of made sense. And it was better than the PS3, no doubt, in that specific generation. But Xbox One was just pointless. It was just a pointless console compared to PS4 and Wii U, which at least had plenty of exclusives. It wasn't a great console, sure, but it had plenty of exclusives that made the console worth getting. And good games, genuinely good games that are still only on that console. But yeah, I don't know. When it comes to like the modern era, like once you get past 2010, anything you could get on Xbox, you could get on PC. So there's just no point. There's literally no point. Even now, you got like Master Chief Collection on PC and whatever. So there's Halo going for it, and there's no longer Halo going for it. GTA 5 released 4 months after the Xbox One did. It did release for 360 and One at the same time. Yeah, I guess it released for both. But that's like the same thing with like if you were like talking about Twilight Princess Zelda, do you call that a GameCube game or do you call that a Wii game? Because it came out after the Wii was new, but it also released for the GameCube simultaneously. It was both. So I mean, technically, if it can play on the older console, you could say it's the older console's game, but it released for the new console too. So it's like, I guess it's just both. It's just both, right? I don't know. No point in arguing that. The semantics. But yeah, that's my opinions. If I were to like rate like my top consoles ever for the games that were released on them, I'd probably pick N64 at the top, then PS2 or PS1. It's too hard to pick. Then maybe Super Nintendo. PC doesn't count for this. PC has everything. That doesn't count for this. And then maybe a 360 just because some of the games on it. I don't know. I don't know if it's worth it. 360. I don't fucking know, man. GameCube's up there. I'll put GameCube up there. NES, sure. NES, sure. Wii games are kind of dated. People don't play the fucking Wii anymore. Anyway, we had a nice gaming discussion. Something brought it out of me. So I don't know what brought it out of me. I have no idea. We just started talking about, like, I brought up Nintendo for some reason, and then you talk about NES, and then I was like, all right. I gotta talk about my gaming knowledge, okay? I gotta talk about my gaming knowledge. Anyways. Natsuki's just, like, tapping her foot at the door, like, these motherfuckers done talking about their fucking video games, you fucking morons. Alright, let's go, Sayori. Alrighty. And that was the end of the scene. Wow, we were so close. I haven't talked to Sayori as much as I'd like to lately. And this is a good excuse to do so. Especially since exams are coming up. and are gonna eat up a lot of my time. So, you think you'll do alright with everything? With what? For a moment, it looks like Sayori is a little shaken. But she quickly dispels that with a smile. You know, with exams and all that. Oh, yeah, I think I'll be fine. Monika's been helping me here and there, too, so you've got nothing to worry about. That's good. Just make sure you take care of yourself. No point in cramming if you end up sleeping in and missing all of your exams. Yeah. Sayori kicks a rock on the sidewalk a few feet in front of her, clatters away, bouncing into the asphalt road. Is something up? Oh, I'm just a bit tired since I ate a lot. That makes sense. Considering how many cookies and pieces of cake you had, it's no wonder you're exhausted. Just make sure to eat something good every once in a while, okay? Says the guy carrying 2 slices of chocolate cake. Okay, you got me there. Well, how about this? Hands Sayori a bag holding one of the slices of cake. Now we can be fat together. Plus, I want to thank you for taking care of me when I was sick before Halloween. Together? That'd be really nice, Red Smith. Thanks for the cake. She's still jealous. Maybe I should try playing a sport like Monika. Otherwise, everything is probably going to catch up to me sooner or later. I'd like to see Monika beat you up in tennis. Dude, I'd fucking love to play tennis. See, I don't play too much sports, but volleyball and tennis, I actually am quite a fan of. I'd play fucking tennis with Monika any day. I sent Sad Yori coming up. Yeah. Blue Skies loves their fucking Sad Yori. We arrived in front of Sayori's place. Considering how she's looking so glum, she must be having a stomachache. Oh well, she'll be fine once everything gets digested. I'll catch you later, Sayori. See ya. I sigh as I head back into my house. Well, back to the grind. Yeah. Sorry. I suck ass at tennis. Oh, don't get me wrong. I'm fucking terrible at tennis. But I would love to learn, genuinely. Like, if I had friends that played, I would probably play. I'm cracked at golf, according to my wife, though. I need to play golf. I was invited. I need to fucking play golf. I'd never played it before. I just played tons of putt-putt, never golf. I'm decent at putt-putt, for the record. And with so many Reich marks floating around, hyperinflation became a real issue. Money was more or less useless. Like Monopoly money. I suppose that's one way to see it. We'll call it there for now, guys. That marks the end of another lesson. More importantly, news. Yay, it's time for lunch. I quickly check up my bag. Oh god damn it, of course I forgot my lunch. Time to eat Yuri's ass. I moved so quickly into that joke. It just came like naturally from my mouth. I know exactly what the teacher's teaching. Yeah, I have no fucking idea. I heard Reich, so I'm gonna assume World War II. With a sigh, I start making my way to the vending machine in the hallway. A soft tap on my shoulder causes me to spin around. Hey, Red Smith! Yo, Sayori! Wanna come sit with us? She motions back to Monika and Yuri standing to the side. Fuck yeah! Monika! Woo! Monika, let's go, baby! That's what we're here for! Let's look at Monika! Woo! That's right, that's what we're here for! Okay, sorry, I lied. We're not here for Monika. We're here for Yuri. Yuri! Woo! Okay, let's get back. They're all carrying their own lunch boxes from my stomach's grumbles. I'm pretty sure it's jealous of them. Maybe a good conversation with them can help distract me from my hunger. Sure sounds good to me. Oh, we're on the rooftop. A few minutes later, we find ourselves on the roof. How many animes have had the lunch scenes on the roof? Is this like normal in Japan? I've never been on the roof of a school before. Before World War II, actually, he was talking about hyperinflation in the German Weimar Republic after the stock market crash in 1929. I don't know anything about that. I don't know what makes the roof such an attractive lunch spot. Maybe it's the refreshing breeze. That sounds fucking awesome, to be honest. Either way, I'm pretty glad that no one started locking the rooftop door yet. Huh, that's strange. Where's Natsuki? Oh, she texted me to say she wasn't feeling very well, so she didn't come in. Anyway, how are you holding up with exams? Uh-oh, what's going on with Natsuki? Well, I'm not thrilled with the whole idea of exams. I think I'll do well enough on them. What about you guys? with any luck, I'll do well. Cram school sure helps me keep on track. Monica, you don't even need any luck. You're probably going to be the first in our year as usual. And the probability that your grades are purely based on luck is infinitesimally small. Thanks for the support, guys. How are you doing with your studying, Yuri? You know how it goes. Studying isn't the most absorbing activity in the world, but we do what we must. Yuri, I'm surprised that you actually dislike reading something. Well, just because I don't complain, it doesn't mean that I like it. There are plenty of books that I dislike for one reason or another. Like what? Just books that are poorly written or clumsily thought out. Themes. The way she said it. Huh. It's kind of weird knowing that Yuri actively dislikes something, other than manga, that is. Anyways, what about you, Sayori? How are you doing in your exam preparations? My great-grandpa left Germany around that time and came to America, USA, USA, USA! Well, considering how things turned out, he made the right decision. That's really interesting you say that, because I do not know if it's the same for me. But my great-grandfather was full German. Great-grandpa Koth, fucking bless his soul. He was a goddamn saintly man. I love that man. He sadly did pass away a few years ago. But he was old. He lived very long, for the record. I don't remember what age he was, but he was like 95 or older. He was very old. But he fought in World War II for the Americans. But he was German, so either his parents were German or he was born. I don't know what the situation is, but I think I believe his family was from Germany, and then he moved here as well. So we have something in common there. And then my great-grandmother was from Ireland. On my mom's, that is. Both of my mom's dad are Puerto Rican. He was born in Puerto Rico. My dad's parents, I don't know, actually. I genuinely don't know. I know that they're mostly Native American. They look Native American. And I think that my dad's dad is like half German and also Native American. I don't know. Something like that. He was recalled to the Reich in 1940 due to the mustache man wanting all Germans to return to the Reich, but he said, "Fuck nah, yes, stick it to him." Stupid ass Hitler fucking committed Sayori anyway. Sorry. Sorry. That was a poor joke. Sorry. Sayori looks away, her half smile not exactly emanating confidence. I think I'll do fine. Some of my classes are pretty easy for me, like Japanese. Let me guess, you're not so excited for the STEM subjects? Yeah. What the fuck does that mean? I'll be fine, though. I just gotta study some more, and it should be okay. Well? Oh, sorry, I thought that was you. Well, that's good. Out of the corner of my eye, I catch Yuri staring at me. Not one to back down, though. I turn to stare back at her. What's up, Yuri? Oh. She quickly looks down, her face reddened. Nothing! I noticed you didn't bring your lunch. Oh, that's because I don't have one today. Did you forget your lunch again? You fucking moron. Natsuki? Oh, that was you, Sayori. Well, what do you mean by forget? And it's not like my mom packs me lunches anymore. Why didn't you buy anything then? Lines would probably have been too long. Guess you're starving today then, eh? Yep, guess so. I sigh. They've all unpacked their lunches already. The food looks all the more tantalizing given that I have nothing in front of me. As expected, Yuri's brought a homemade bento, while Sayori has 2 rice balls. Meanwhile, Monica's packed what looks like a club sandwich. Club sandwich, yeah! She's based! I love myself a fucking good club sandwich, Monica. I don't know why. Like, if I'm the type to go to a diner, that's like one of my top picks. It's like a fucking triple-decker turkey club sandwich, bro. Turkey and bacon, to be clear. Turkey, bacon, lettuce, mayonnaise, maybe tomato and onion, sure. Peak, but like 3, like triple stacked. Yeah. I'm fucking hungry again. Man, this is torture. Hey, Redsmith! The girls look at each other. But is this a choice? No way, right? Is this a choice? You go first, Yuri. all right. Oh, sorry. All right, Ratsmith. Would you like a bite of my lunch? I'm not very hungry anyway. Are you sure? I've gone without lunch before, you know. That's bad, Ratsmith. Bad, Ratsmith! Bad! I say that, but I'm still hoping that she shares her lunch with me. The braised pork belly in her bento looks delectable. Yes, I'm sure. Here. She picks up the bite of food using her chopsticks and offers it to me. Eh? Are you gonna feed it to me? A startled look flashes over Yuri's face. Did she really not realize what she was doing? Too late, can't take it back now. I chomped down in the mouthful of food that Yuri is holding. The taste of tenderly cooked meat and lightly aromatic rice flooded my mouth. The idea of like Ratsmith eating the burrito from Yuri's hand and Monica just looking like, what the fuck is going on here? It's so funny to me. It's just so funny to me for some reason. I almost want to draw it. I'm not a big fan of lunch meat turkey, but I prefer turkey to be drier than the Sahara Desert. I can agree. I think that thin sliced lunch meat, slimy turkey is a little weird. But like the kind of, I'm more talking about like you go to a restaurant and they got like actual slices of turkey on a Decker sandwich. That shit is really good. But yeah, I do agree. Even though I like those sandwiches, when I packed lunches, I never fucking bought turkey because lunch meat turkey is genuinely kind of nasty. I just don't like it. I usually bought, I bought a lot. Ham, bologna, salami, pepperoni. Sometimes the classic PB&J. Sometimes I just pack a grilled cheese. It's cold. Just wrap it up, put it in my fucking lunchbox. If I was feeling really lazy in the morning, I'd grab one of them fucking Uncrustables. You guys know those? You all know Uncrustables. Whatever. Anyways. Suffice to say, it's good. Looking back up at Yuri, her expression nearly makes me spew out the food in laughter. She looks cross between mortified and happy, her face flaming. That is super tasty, Yuri! Thanks for the food! You're welcome, but next time, you can use the chopsticks yourself. Look at this fucking Monica expression. Fair enough! By the way, weren't you going to say something, Sayori? It's nothing. She looks down and fidgets with the rice ball in her hands. Aw. Really? Come on, you can tell us what's up. I forgot. Anyway, what you thinking about, Monica? So she forgot, huh? Normally I wouldn't let it go so easily, but since Yuri and Monica are here... Huh? Sorry, I kind of zoned out back there. What'd I miss? Yuri shared some for lunch with me. And he said that it was good. I don't know why I didn't use her voice just then. And he said that it was good. Surprisingly, Yuri looks quite pleased with herself now. I love this expression. She's so adorable with this fucking expression, man. Oh, and she fed it to me. Please don't talk about that. Oh, it's so embarrassing. Looks like Yuri's really coming out of her shell, huh? Yuri covers her face with her hands, flustered beyond belief. Come on, guys, let's give Yuri a break. Why don't you join in with the teasing, Sayori? Because I'm a nice person. Huh, you've got us there. Plus, you never answered my question. Right. Monica sighs and picks at a fingernail. Well, I've been trying to decide on what I'm going to be doing the next few years. It isn't too long before we end up graduating, so I've been trying to figure everything out. Aren't you planning to go to college, though? Yeah, I am. Despite her words, the tone of her voice sounds uncertain. That's what I'm planning on doing as well. Oh, I just remembered we never played Yuri Gets a Haircut. Oh, we gotta play it after we finish our Blue Skies route. I've always thought that I was suited for the academia. That definitely sounds like you, Yuri. So what about you, Ratsmith? Do you have any post-graduation plans yet? To be honest, I haven't really given it much thought. Now, I can't say I have a solid idea of what I'll do at the moment. Fair enough. We're only second years after all. We are? Maybe I'll check into something to do with literature. Wait, I thought they were seniors in the original game, right? Didn't they say that it was like their last year? Am I wrong? Hold on. Hold on. Let me look this up on Google. best years. All members of the Doki Doki Club are currently 18 years old and in their senior year. That's what I thought! So Blue Skies is just making shit up. I was gonna say, I'm like, okay, I know my Doki lore better than you Blue Skies. Thank you very much. I thought they were third years. Yeah, third or fourth. They definitely were not fresh. I remember them talking about school being over soon or whatever. And like Natsuki getting left behind or something like that. I remember them saying, I swear that was a conversation. I could be wrong. Maybe I'll check into something to do with literature. Good answer. Monica smiles playfully as she says that. Although they do never directly acknowledge the year, from what I understand. But I remember them saying that they were like near the end of their high school. I remember that. Yeah, that happened. I thought so. If you ever need any more literature recommendations, you can always come to me. I'd be more than happy to help prepare you for a future degree in literature. Sounds good to me. So what about you, Sayori? I don't know. I haven't really thought about it. Maybe a teacher? That's a respectable profession, inspiring the next generation. I don't know. If I had to guess, Sayori's banking on getting long vacations. Well, I wouldn't exactly complain about the long breaks or anything. I think my cousin decided to become a teacher just so he gets summer vacation off. Which is so funny. That's like his reason. She glances around and giggles a bit. Maybe I could teach classes on writing poetry. I could definitely see you as a teacher surrounded by a crowd of adorable kids. Ratsmith would make a nice teacher as well, in my opinion. Huh? I hadn't thought of teaching as a career before. Really? How so? As a teacher in the middle of... In middle or high school, I mean. You're very kind and good at listening, so I believe that you'd be good at providing support for students. Aw, thanks, Yuri. Of course. It's just my opinion, but I just wanted to tell it to you. The way she said that and the way that she's smiling, you can tell that she's into this, guys. Look at her little smile, her little goofy smile. Sayori's over here like, you always can't riz. She shyly twirls a strand of hair between her fingers as I smile at her. Take another bite of Yuri's lunch. Girls, keep on chatting amongst themselves. Monica's right. There isn't a whole lot of time before we have to go out in the real world. We don't have forever and ever to stay like this, provided I don't think that I'd like to stay in high school forever. However, that also means that I'll have a lot more responsibilities to take care of. There's also the fact that it'll be tough to stay close with everyone once we all split off to find our own careers. I mean, what are the chances that we'll all end up doing similar things at the same place? Low. Friends usually don't work at the same job, broski. I think this is a very silly thought. Not that there isn't no chance of that happening between at least the two of us, but you've got to admit that it's small. Yeah, well, okay, but see, this is a common thing with high schoolers. It's like high schoolers think that friends just have to be convenient, in the same social groups, in the same interests, in the same school, and if not, then you just can't be their friend, which is fucking stupid as shit. But bruh, whatever happened to like a lot of my friends I don't even see that often anymore. But I always make time to meet up with them a few times a year because it's fucking important to me. I'd love to see them as often as I can, but you know, adults, busy. But like most of my friends even moved farther away, and we still make time to see each other in person or online. It's like it's not like just because you do different things, you're just not gonna be fucking friends anymore. Because if your friendship hinges on convenience, that's not a friend. That is a convenient acquaintance. Like I wouldn't call it the guy I briefly talk to that I see for 30 minutes at lunch and have never spoke to outside of work my friend. That's just like a work acquaintance. Like it's not the same thing. Makes me kind of sad to think about every time I talk to everyone every day. Now that I think about it, what will happen between Yuri and I? Well, fuck. At this point, I'm pretty sure that I want to stay close to her, even if we're end up having different interests. She's someone who I don't want to let go of. Hey, Ratsmith! Huh? You were spacing out. Sorry about that. I was staring at Yuri's tits. What were we talking about? At this point, it's really tough to decide on big things like our future when we have to ask for permission all the time for little things. Like, we're supposed to decide on what we want to do with the rest of our lives, but we can't even go pee without asking a teacher. That is so fucking true. I never thought of that. That is so true. That is a good point. Well, I'm sure we'll figure something out. You've got time, so let's enjoy it while we can. Yes, why don't schools imbue more responsibility into fucking children? Like, think about it. You enter adulthood, you're used to, like, teacher yells at you, do this. Adult yells at you, clean your room. Grandma's like, you gotta do your taxes. But then it's like, you need to do them yourself. You need to learn. You need to have punishments that aren't imbued upon you by an adult. You need to fuck up and learn. And fuck up and find out. That's like the best way to learn, I feel like. That's why I feel like people that like play games and are pissed when they can't beat it the first time they've ever played it because they don't want to lose is so fucking stupid. Like, how do you learn through failures more often than not? Like when you played a sport, you wouldn't play baseball your very first game ever and then get pissed and fucking quit if you didn't win your first game. Like, you learn. You gotta learn. It's experience. Better question, why do schools not teach you how to do taxes? That is a goddamn good fucking question because holy shit, most people don't know how to. I have filled them out in adjacent with my grandma for the last like 5 years now. Never done them on my own. I mean, I kind of get it, but it's a little complicated. A little complicated being an understatement. I don't always know exactly what to fill out. But like, when you pull up the right forms, I kind of get it. But man, what a fucking pain in the ass. We've got time, so let's enjoy it while we can. I suppose you're right. We still have a year left before we really have to worry after all. The lunch bell rings. All right, I'll see you on the club. They smile and wave a bit half-heartedly. Looks like the conversation brought everyone a little down. That's a good place to leave it off, probably. My grandpa taught me it's not as hard as I thought it was. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's a little complicated to know what you exactly need to fill out. But it's not that hard if you know, like, what paperwork you need, whatever. Yeah, we're going to stop here. We'll start in this train station next time. But lots of good talks tonight. Fun reading this game. Blue Skies is always a good time. Doki's always a good time. I hate when my hair's doing it. Like, what the fuck is this? What is this? I got, like, the fucking, like, Caillou strand, right? No, is it him that has it? I got, like, the fucking little twirl. What is this shit? What is this? The fuck is this? Anyways. Alright. Good stream, in my opinion. I enjoyed chatting with you. Some people might just want me to be a fucking audiobook, but I enjoy the conversations that Doki brings us personally. The Baldy hair? Baldy doesn't have hair. Wait, does Baldy have hair? Hold on. Does he? Let's see. Oh, he does have a little strand of hair. What the fuck? That's so fucking silly. Alright, well, that's enough for tonight. I'm actually really sleepy. This is past Unk's bedtime. So, yeah. Okay, thank you very much for watching. Hooser had some great fucking conversations. People listening, thank you for listening. People on YouTube, please like and comment to help the channel. Appreciate all y'all for listening to the end. And, yeah, have a good night, Rat members.